Exciting times as Boston as the Red Sox call up their top pitching prospect, Payton Tolle. And joining us now to talk about it is the director of scouting for SoxProspects.com, Ian Cundall. And Ian, thanks so much for being with us. Expecting a lot of fans to be wearing some mustaches at Fenway tonight. And listen, this is a guy that was drafted in the second round last year out of TCU. And yet here he is making a late August start for the Sox. How did this happen so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, it's a remarkable rise for Tolle. And I think the biggest thing is the velocity increase he's seen this year. This is a guy last year at TCU. His fastball averaged around 91 miles an hour. He's now sitting 94 to 97. He'll get up to close to 99. Now, the highest I've seen him is 98.6. And that velocity increase is just not something you traditionally see. But with him, it actually makes a little bit of sense. He's a huge guy. He's 6'6", 250 pounds. As you talked about, the mustache is electric. And he was a two-way player in college. And I think being able to focus on pitching and getting in the Red Sox pitching development staff has really allowed him to thrive and turn into arguably the top left-handed pitching prospect, not just in the Red Sox system, but in all of baseball. So,
what makes him so special? You talk about the fastball, but as we all know, you can't just get to the big leagues with the fastball. There has to be more there. How did he get his secondary pitches to the point where they felt comfortable making this move?
Yeah, it's very true. His fastball, though, is that good that he might be able to just throw it only in the majors. But yeah, he's made major strides with the secondary pitches this year, and that's been really impressive. When I saw him in spring training for the first time, he was really a three-pitch guy. It was fastball, slider, changeup. He's added over the course of the season a cutter and two variations of a curveball. He's got a sweeper and a more vertical, like 1-7 curveball as well. But the cutter, I think, is what's really unlocked his potential and something that he's really improved over the last couple of months. It's a pitch that he can get ahead. He's consistently around the zone with it, and he can generate weak contact, but also throw it for strikes. And when he's getting ahead with his secondary pitches, hitters don't have much of a shot because he can come back with a fastball that's arguably the best fastball in all of minor league baseball.
And one thing that gets talked about a lot with him is the 7-10 extension, the extension he gets to the plate. How rare is that for a pitcher to have an extension that long?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I saw a pitch from him in spring training where he got up to almost 8 feet of extension, but usually he sits in the mid sevens, and that's near, if you're talking about percentiles, that's, 90 plus percentile. The only Red Sox who's even close to that is Garrett Whitlock. And usually it's, the taller guys that can do it. But yeah, Tolle's extension, it means he's releasing the ball so much closer to the plate. So when you're throwing in the mid 90s with that type of extension, that fastball is just unhittable.
Now, this is obviously his first full professional season, as I mentioned before. So how will they curb his workload while he's up there?
It's a great question and something that I think is worth monitoring because they've actually been kind of doing it over the last couple of months. He's been throwing between 60 and 70 pitches per start, going about 5 innings. And so I think they did that in order to save some innings for a situation like this. He's still only about 15 higher than he was last year in college. So if he can, keep it 4 to 5 inning starts, I think there's a way that they can play it out through the rest of the season, especially with a guy like him. Like, this is not someone whose frame you're worried about workload wise. So as long as he's feeling good, and I think that everything looks good on the Red Sox health end, that there's a chance that they could keep him at least in some sort of role, whether it be as a starter or the bullpen for the majority of the season, especially when you're going for the World Series. These are the kind of decisions you push through where the stoplight originally says, because, you got a chance to win. You got to go all out.
Now, one lingering question about all of this, Ian, is the fact that Kyle Harrison was not chosen to start in this game. And for those that don't remember, he came over in the Rafael Devers trade. Why was Tolle the pick over Harrison?
I think it just comes down to performance lately. Tolle's just has better stuff, and he's been performing better in AAA. His AAA numbers are skewed by a first inning where he should have been out of the inning in 10 pitches, but there was an error, and then things spiraled a little bit. But since then, he's given up 1 run in 14 innings. And Harrison, there's a lot of similarity stuff or performance-wise to what you were getting out of Walker Buehler, where it's 4 to 5 innings, but the pitch efficiency is not great. There's too many walks, and I think Harrison still has stuff to work on. Whereas Tolle right now in his last 2+ outings has shown that he has the stuff to get major league hitters out right now, and there's just no reason to wait any longer.
Final thing I had for you, Ian, what does it say about the Red Sox system that we've had these prospects kind of jettison through the system? I mean, Christian Campbell obviously was the hot name last year, and he made the majors to start off the season, obviously back in AAA. But you have a case now in Payton Tolle. Again, he didn't pitch at all in the professional ranks, and then now he's in the big leagues. What does it say about the way things are run in the minor leagues to get these guys quickly up?
I mean, I think it shows that what they're doing developmentally is really working, especially on the pitching side. The strides they've made with a lot of guys this year, and I think you can even see it. It starts at the major league level. Look at guys like Aroldis Chapman, the number of strikes he's throwing, the way they've elevated players like Brian Bayo, and then moving down. You've got Payton Tolle shooting through the system, and you've got several other arms that have taken major steps forward that are on the verge of the big leagues. And I think whatever they're doing developmentally is working, and it's very encouraging for the future of the Boston Red Sox.
No, without a doubt, and it should be really fun to watch Payton Tolle on the mound today. It's a tough matchup for him to go up against Paul Skenes, right, in his first game, but it should be a lot of fun. Ian, appreciate the time. You do great work. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Joe.